here, Artistic Director and Conductor of your Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra. Welcome to Piano Bench Chat number 76 for June 2022. That music was the very beginning of an old gospel hymn by Louise Shropshire called If My Jesus Wills. It's a piece that some people think is kind of the ancestor of We Shall Overcome. There's even a story that Martin Luther King asked her to adapt that song into what became We Shall Overcome. I'm playing that piece and I'm thinking about it for a couple of reasons. The first is, well, you might think, what's, a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn doing, singing an old African-American gospel hymn, playing it at the piano? Well, this is music that I've grown up with. My earliest musical memories were of my mother. She was a public school music teacher working in Brooklyn, New York. When I was a little kid, she taught at Bushwick High School in Brooklyn. Bushwick at that time was just an amazing high school. It had everybody, the most diverse high school probably in America. There were white kids, there were black kids, there were kids from Puerto Rico, kids from other parts of the Caribbean and South America, kids from Africa, from Asia, all over, and they all sang in her choir. And, I was a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn. She was a nice Jewish lady from Brooklyn too. And she had them sing, among other things, spirituals. And some of my most vivid childhood memories of music were hearing her conduct that choir in African-American spirituals. So that music's been part of my musical DNA since I was a tiny little kid. And then when I was older as associate conductor with the Syracuse Symphony, I had the opportunity to do some gospel concerts and I added that to my repertoire. So this is music that's very near and dear to me. And it's music that's going to be part of a very special concert which will be closing the Dayton Philharmonic's Schuster Center season coming up on June 17th and 18th. It's a program on our Pops series called Laurence Dunbar, a Juneteenth Celebration. And it is kind of a mashup of two things. The sesquicentennial of Paul Laurence Dunbar, who was born June 27th, 150 years ago, and the Juneteenth holiday, which comes up right after on the calendar, right after the concerts. It's a program that has been in development really for a little more than 2 years, and I think it's going to be an amazing and wonderful finish to the season. It's on the Pop series, but it's got an incredibly broad representation of music. There's classical music, there's pop music, there's Broadway, there's spiritual, there's gospel. It's really an amazing mix. And I have some amazing collaborators. Dayton soprano Manita Daniel Cox will be singing a beautiful aria from an opera with text by Paul Laurence Dunbar. She'll also be singing some spiritual and gospel numbers. Dr. Herbert Woodward Martin will be reciting poetry of Paul Laurence Dunbar and will also serve as narrator for Aaron Copland's amazing and rousing piece, A Lincoln Portrait. And the program will come to a just fabulous conclusion with a community choir performing with the orchestra, gospel and spiritual numbers. Here's a little bit of the choir at its very first rehearsal, rehearsing another spiritual called My Soul's Been Anchored in the Lord. They're led by our choir director, Dr. William Henry Caldwell.
In the Lord, my soul's been anchored in the Lord. In the Lord, my soul's been anchored in the Lord. Yeah. In the Lord, my soul's been anchored in the Lord. In the Lord.
And that was the choir's very first rehearsal, so imagine how they're going to sound at the concert. It's going to be an amazing night of music, and that song, If My Jesus Wills, that I played at the beginning, combined with We Shall Overcome, is what will end the concert. And I really hope that's what the concert is about. This is an opportunity for us to use music to bring everyone together, people of different backgrounds, people of different races, different religions, different political beliefs, coming together and uniting in music and the inspiration of music to commit ourselves to overcoming the differences that fill our society. It's something that we can do, and if this concert is even just a little bit of a start, getting us moving in that direction towards overcoming, I will be very happy. I'll be very happy too if you join us for these concerts at the Schuster Center on June 17th and 18th. Paul Laurence Dunbar, A Juneteenth Celebration.